What's happening to all these people is appalling. Their lives and everything they worked for are being taken control of by people they don't even know. As one lawyer told me, Mary, you're about to expose one of the most shameful areas of the law. Now take a look at what we uncovered. Would you want your mother treated like that?
I have no further comment.
His name is Sam Rousman. We want to tell you about what he's doing to 82-year-old Esther Varon.
It's locked.
So far, we've learned that he's locked her out of her home, taken control of her bank account, canceled her credit cards, is spending her money, and now he even wants to sell her apartment and car.
He knows how he's making his money. He should be ashamed of himself. And if his mother knew how he's making his money, she would be ashamed of him, too.
Esther says her husband worked 3 jobs to make sure they would be comfortable in their golden years. He died 2 years ago, and now she can't even touch a penny of their hard-earned savings.
The whole thing from start to finish is money, 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 dinero.
This isn't a scam. In fact, what makes this a story is that everything you're about to hear is perfectly legal. You see, a judge appointed Sam Rousman as Esther Varon's legal guardian about 8 months ago at the request of her daughter and her son. They thought a legal guardian would help them take care of their mother, but they never imagined that he would take control and shut them out.
He has been spending my money like a drunken sailor.
She says Rousman, her supposed guardian, went as far as putting her in a mental institution while he went on vacation. Once he got back, he was pressured by Esther's family to move her to this nursing home.
He takes over your life completely. You have no identity whatsoever. Your assets are in his control.
We took Esther back to her apartment for a visit. She hadn't been back here in 8 months. Meanwhile, most of her belongings are locked inside and she can't get in.
I don't have the keys. The guardian has them and won't give them to me. So I'm literally locked out of my own apartment.
Esther doesn't even have a winter coat. She had to borrow a coat for this interview from her grandson.
It isn't only the coat, Mary. What about my underwear and bras and things that I need? I have nothing.
Esther says Rousman's bungling things so badly that she's about to lose everything. She says he hasn't paid her bills on her condos in New York or Florida.
He doesn't pay my maintenance on my apartment, which makes it go into foreclosure.
So we caught up with Esther's guardian to get some answers.
She says you're not paying her bills.
You should speak to the court about that.
She says that you're liquidating her estate and you're ruining her life. You're a perfect stranger.
You should speak to the court and to the court examiner about this matter.
That's the sad part about this story is the courts are making all of this legal. Would you want your mother treated like that?
I have no further comment.
And how's this for gall? Esther says Rousman now wants to take back the money she gave her grandkids as a gift.
He wrote us a letter. You'll find it there saying that he wants the money back.
You're taking back the money that she gave her family? Isn't that a little low? Isn't that cruel?
I have no further comment.
Why are you doing this?
And Sam Rousman has billed Esther's estate $15,000 for his time.
In his way, he's killing me.
This is what we found out about Sam Rousman. He's not a lawyer, but we uncovered that in 1998 he was fired from his job as assistant director of the Department of Social Work at Maimonides Medical Center in Brooklyn after a complaint about sexual harassment from one of the female social workers he supervised. He then opened a geriatric consulting company in Brooklyn and started this great side business. Since 2002, he's had 19 guardianships. That means 19 estates to control and bill.
You are lining your pockets with her estate. Would you want your mom treated like that? Come on, Sam.
We contacted Nassau Supreme Court to find out what Rousman was doing. But no one could tell us anything because Rousman had never submitted a mandatory 90-day report or any report to explain how he was spending Esther's money.
Can you tell me why you didn't file a 90-day report or any report?
You may want to speak to my attorney.
But he just kept walking. And speaking of his attorney, Esther says she knows she'll probably be picking up the bill for him too.
They have no conscience or compassion, or they wouldn't allow this to happen.
Esther's attorney tells us the judge gave Rousman 1 week after his court appearance to file his report. We got our hands on it, and it's more confusing than ever. The report covers only 6 months of Esther's guardianship. And basically, Esther says her $235,000 nest egg has been whittled down to a little over $43,000 with questionable expenditures, like a $2,500 bill to clean her apartment, an apartment she doesn't even live in anymore.
The court may have made him my guardian, but he has made himself God.
And Esther isn't alone. Meet Mark Della Valle, another so-called court-appointed god.
The family claims that you're basically holding their mother hostage.
Della Valle is a Connecticut personal injury lawyer and a court-appointed conservator for 76-year-old Maydell Trambarullo. Conservator is a legal term for guardian in Connecticut.
They're concerned that you're spending money from her estate, money that's really meant for the family, and that you are controlling family matters, and you're a perfect stranger.
He didn't want to talk to me about the easy money he's been making off his 76-year-old sick client, who's worth $1 million.
No, this isn't Stalinist Russia. This is supposedly the United States of America.
This is Maydell's daughter, Ann Haynes, and she's furious at what happened to her mom.
I had no idea how easily your rights can be stripped. From all it takes is a person, and in most states it can be just about anybody, coming along saying, oh, this person can't take care of themselves.
It all started when a cousin secretly filed for guardianship over Maydell. The courts approved it and gave her complete control over her aunt's life and finances.
She did it ex parte, which we didn't even know what that meant. It means emergency, so we weren't even notified about this until after the hearing.
And when the family fought to get their mother back, a judge appointed Mark Della Valle as temporary conservator to supposedly guard Maydell's best interests until the case could be settled.
You're no longer able to say where you live, who you see, how your money's spent. Some stranger is making all those decisions for you.
Mark Della Valle took control of Maydell's life and her $1 million bank account. Her children and not even her husband had any say whatsoever in anything that was happening. They even needed permission from Della Valle to visit her. And he billed big bucks for everything he did.
$200 an hour for anything the conservator does, reading emails, talking on the phone, appearing in court. It's $200 an hour. And that's my parents' hard-earned savings going out the window.
And in order for her husband to survive, he was forced to take out a mortgage at 80 years of age because he was denied access to their joint bank accounts.
It has caused great emotional devastation with my father, particularly because he misses his wife.
And over the past 3 years, Della Valle has billed Maydell's estate more than $103,000. The fact is, this sort of thing happens more than you could imagine. There's even a website called the National Association to Stop Guardian Abuse that exposes this shameful part of our legal system.
Mark Della Valle may be a personal injury attorney, but he's got a great conservator business on the side. In fact, Maydell is just one of his cases. Over the past 10 years, he's had 37 conservatorships. That means he's billed 37 estates. And remember, he made over $100,000 on Maydell's estate alone. You're lining your pockets with this woman's money, this family's money. Do you have a conscience? Does it bother you? Would you want your mother to be treated like that?
Right after our encounter with Maydell's runaway guardian, something strange happened that the family never expected. Just a day after our little meeting, Mark Della Valle appeared in court, and after 3 years of exerting complete control over Maydell's life and money, he quit suddenly, agreeing to give Maydell back to her family.
We can't believe this day has finally come, and we have to thank you guys for everything you've done, because I think you were the straw that broke the camel's back.
Afraid the court might change its mind, the family decided to move Maydell out of the nursing home with lightning speed. It's a happy ending with a bit of a sting, because Della Valle isn't through billing the family.
They essentially had to buy their mother back from Mark Della Valle. He's currently withholding a lot of money from their estate.
She's been ransomed, I guess you could say, from the kidnappers up here. Hate to say that, but that's really what it is.
There are ways you can protect yourself and your family members from guardian abuse. We have all the information you need on our website. Just log on to myfoxny.com. The family claims that you're basically holding their mother hostage.